Okay, so I binge watched the full season of Fuller House yesterday with Lindsay. Um, we enjoyed the hell out of it, and it was cool. I mean, it gave me nostalgia feels like 90 something percent of the time, and and where do I begin? Oh my gosh, and there's gonna be minor spoilers. So if you have not seen Fuller House, you need to get up off this video and go watch it. Go binge watch it and come back to this video right now. That is your last warning. Okay. Now, it was really awesome to see everybody back, and especially in the pilot episode, where everyone that they confirmed that was coming back from Full House, they're all in this episode. They were all that. I mean, that's when they were all together, and that was really awesome to see. And and from there on, they let the show be its own thing. They let it focus on DJ and how she's dealing with dealing with a single mother now because her husband passed away, and her and Stephanie and Kimmy move in to try to help out, and so she's basically going through this basically the same thing that her dad went through. Like when he was having a hard time trying to raise her and and her sisters, and then and he got help from from two of his friends, his brother-in-law and their best friend, so they're all best friends, and it's pretty funny to see DJ actually grow up. She literally became Danny, like with her personality. She's like you know the 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 nice the nice one that's like more family oriented, and she is more focused on just being just like literally Danny, just literally, and Stephanie, she is just as much as the party animal as as Uncle Jesse ever was. I mean, she is probably triple times the party animal Jesse ever was. And the way that girl dresses in half the time in this show, I'm like, turn down the oven, girl. Turn down the oven. This is supposed to be a rated TVG show, and then half the dresses that you wear, your boobs are trying to. It's like her titties are trying to fight their way out of the dress. I'm like, come on, girl. I mean, you are tormenting me with how how you've grown up, but damn, calm down. Put on the turtleneck or something, girl. And Kimmy is freaking hilarious as always. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm remembering back in the Full House days, I had a pretty big crush on Kimmy, just because of her, her sense of humor, and and how socially awkward she, she is, and so it's really fun to see all that come back into the fold, and you really get a lot more Kimmy that you ever eat than you ever have gotten on Full House. I love that, and they threw in a couple jokes about the Olsen twins, how they said, "Oh, Michelle sends her love, but she's busy running her fashion empire in New York," and then all the cast comes in looking at the camera like, and they did a joke about and they also where Kimmy's daughter Ramona is talking about how she got clothes made by the Olsen twins, and Kimmy looked at the receipt and said, "At this price, no wonder they don't act anymore." And there was even a joke about The View, where Stephanie tells DJ, "I can't decide if I want to watch The View, The Talk, or The Real," and then DJ says, "Always watch The View." He even made a joke about Raven Simone where Stephanie's like, Raven Simone is always right, and then DJ's like, well, what does she know? She's a child actress. I'm waiting for her to go. I'm waiting for her to just go off on Candace for for that being on the show. I'm just waiting. I mean, if she gets really offended by that joke, then shit, she needs a hug from Jesus and Oprah Winfrey and Dr. Phil all together. and and there's a couple of adultery like themes in this show too. Like where there's a moment where DJ's oldest son Jackson is walking down the stairs with his school project, and he said, I've been up all night, erupting this volcano." Or no. Here's what he said. He said, "I've been up all night, erupting my volcano." And me and Lindsay were like, and Stephanie had the same reaction too, and she was like, "TMI, dude." Oh man, and there's also like there's a moment where Kimmy play flirts with Stephanie, and I'm like, are you? I think as I'm going, the more I see her play flirt with Stephanie, the more I think to myself, I think she has a secret crush on her because oh man, if you watch this show, then you know what I'm talking about. I think Kimmy has a little crush on Stephanie, which is something they would never have been, never wouldn't have never have gotten away with on Full House. So they took advantage of some of the things they could not get away with on Full House. They do that on this show, like it's Netflix, so they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want, but they're gonna keep it as family oriented as possible. Since it's a family show, it's a sitcom, but they snuck in a few adult jokes in there, and I'm like, damn. And it feels like they're reaching it out to the people who grew up watching the show, like me included. So I'm like, yeah, you guys are adults now, so I mean, like, you guys know how the world is and everything, so you'll get it. I mean, you won't mind it. I didn't mind it, to be honest. I mean, it was totally funny and fucking random to me. I was just like, I loved it though. I mean, I enjoyed this show. I mean, I enjoyed every single episode, and a couple moments were predictable, but I had no problem with that. Like there's a situation that DJ's in the season finale, and Lindsay guessed what was going to happen, and I was like, yeah, I can see that happening. And then oddly enough, I won't tell you what it is. I won't tell you what me and her guessed, but it happened. I was like, oh, well, there you go. and and there are moments that they try to resurrect, like a few moments in Full House where they have it in separate panels. Like one is the panel of what happened, where you see it happening on Full House, and then in the other panel, it's like happening again in Fuller House, and sometimes they do that. I love how they do that, where they don't leave you in the fog, and they don't leave you in the dark. Like, when did that happen? Or who is that supposed to be? I mean, they have a couple cameos from Full House, like very few cameos from Full House, and they put that in there, and just so you don't go like, who are you supposed to be? Like, am I supposed to know this person? They show that moment that they were on Full House, and then they show them again, and they're like, oh, okay. So that was pretty fun too. But this show's first season was definitely great. It gave me nostalgia feels everywhere, and there's a couple sad moments, and there's like one sad moment with Stephanie, like where well, I'm not. I mean, like well, I said minor spoilers, so I'm just gonna get. You know what? Never mind. No. I'm not gonna talk about it. There's a moment with Stephanie where I almost teared up, like, oh man, man. I'm gonna jump off topic before I start to tear up on the camera. Now, This episode gets this season gets an 8 out of 1 to 10. So I suggest you hop on it. So what is the next next 90s, 80s, late 80s slash 90s sitcom that you think they should bring back, that they should resurrect? Let me know in the comment section. I think they should resurrect Family Matters. It would be pretty awesome to see, Steve Urkel and Laura Winslow slash Urkel, in the marriage life, and see how the marriage life has been treating them. That would be pretty cool to see. We already have Fuller House and Girl Meets World, so hey, why not? But if you enjoyed my review on this show, give this video a thumbs up and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.